Welcome to the Masters. Just kidding. Welcome to the Busy Fan. We got some Masters coverage for you. We got a little bit of MLB going on, NBA, and a little bit of college football as well. Let's get into it.
This is Rev like Lil' home, that's why I stayed down. I done came off that boy, look what I made now. Like Nike, I just do it.
So, yes, this weekend was the Masters. Those of you who like watching golf probably enjoyed yourself. This is what it's all about. This is the most important weekend in golf. But those of you who don't watch a ton of golf, people are going to be talking about it. So, what you need to know is Hideki Matsuyama won the Masters this week. He started off first round, dominated, did super good. Day two, he kind of just like held his lead, didn't like increase or dominate or anything. And then yesterday, he was up by, I think he had a 4-shot lead going into it. Then that shrunk down to 1, and then it got up to 5 again. And then he ended up winning by 1 at the end. So that's your Masters news. That's what everyone's going to be talking about. If you like golf, you probably watched it and already know everything. But if you didn't, Hideki Matsuyama is the name you need to remember. He won and played really well. Really impressive golf all in all. There was Xander Schauffele. I think he ended up getting third, but he was like neck and neck. Not neck and neck. He was pretty close most of the day yesterday. And then he triple bogeyed on 16 to blow that. So that's what happened. Super exciting. That's so exciting as golf gets if you like golf. I like watching golf, but I know a lot of people don't. So there's your golf update. Now let's move on to the MLB. So this weekend, the Braves lost to the Phillies. And I don't cover a ton of regular season MLB, just like the big stuff that people are going to be talking about. But this is really big. So it's tied in the top of the 9th. The Phillies are at bat. And they went and they hit the ball. It was like a short pop-up to left field. And it was one of those where they had a guy on third. And it was pretty close. Like, it was pretty shallow left field. So most of the time you'd think you wouldn't try to tag up and score. But they did. So the Braves caught it, threw the ball in. The Phillies guy tagged up, is going home. The Braves got it at the plate and go for the tag. And it looked like the Phillies just got in right before. However, they then replayed it and reviewed it and everything. And it appears he missed the bag altogether. Like, he never touched home plate. So he should have been out. They reviewed it and they decided it wasn't conclusive enough. And so they just let it go, and he was safe, and the Phillies ended up winning, even though they definitely shouldn't have. So that was the top of the 9th, right? So it wasn't a walk-off or anything, but that was the go-ahead run that ended up winning on the whole thing. So that's a lot of drama and controversy that people are going to be talking about, is the Phillies beating the Braves without even touching home plate on their last run. People were really mad about it. Now, let's continue to move on. Next, we're going to talk about the Lakers-Nets this weekend. The Lakers and Nets played, which normally would have been a super huge headline, except for nobody is playing on either team. Not nobody, but both teams have huge people out. James Harden isn't playing with the Nets. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma all aren't playing with the Lakers. But the Lakers won this game by 20 points or something like that. The Lakers dominated the Nets. It was pretty close. Well, it was really close through most of the game. We got to the third quarter, and Schrader and Kyrie Irving got into an argument. Both got ejected. First of all, let me say the double technical, where both teams get a technical, is the weakest call an official can make, in my opinion, because it's got to be someone's fault. Somebody had to have been the instigator there. I get that you're not supposed to react and everything, but we're human. We're gonna react. As long as you don't punch the guy, it should be whoever started the altercation. So the double tech, super weak, but they got double techs, and then they kept arguing, and then they both got ejected from the game after that. And after that, the Lakers went on this huge run, ended up winning handily. I think what this really shows is obviously without like key players playing, you can't get like a good grasp. But in the playoffs, a huge thing is depth. You want your bench to be really strong when your starters come out. Who loses the least amount of quality basketball when their starters come out of the game? And I think the Lakers showed that they have really good backups and a really good bench going on there. The biggest obvious like glaring difference was Andre Drummond, who the Lakers got just recently, and LaMarcus Aldridge, who the Nets got just recently, were the centers in this game. And Andre Drummond seemed to just dominate LaMarcus Aldridge. So that's huge for them. Obviously, James Harden in the game gives you another 40 points. Kyrie Irving not getting ejected would definitely be helpful. But Kevin Durant played. He had 8 turnovers. He's still getting healthy and everything, right? He's only been back a couple games. But big news for the Lakers. Got a lot of confidence in everything going forward and knowing that their bench, at least that night, was better than the Nets bench. So let's move on again to NBA action. The Timberwolves were bought by Alex Rodriguez and his group, or not his group, but a group of investors that included Alex Rodriguez this last weekend. So I think it's really good for the Timberwolves. I'm not an A-Rod fan. I'm a Dodgers fan, actually, so I don't like the Yankees and grew up hating A-Rod. But when you're in Minnesota, not super high market and everything, and you're looking for free agents, any like gimmicky thing you need in order to draw people there. Now, the fear is that they're going to move the team out of Minnesota, and that may be true. There was talks in the negotiation that they wouldn't do that, but it's too complicated to like put that in the contract. Like, we will never move this team, because once they own it, they can kind of do what they want with it. Like, you're the owner, so you get to do what you want. So there was no like official language like that, but they did speak about not moving the team. So that's what everyone in Minnesota is hoping. And if that is the case, then I think this was a really good move for the Timberwolves, because at least that's like somebody cool who you can send out to a free agent and they'll be like, whoa, I'm talking to Alex Rodriguez. Like, what a legend. Really awesome. So that's big there, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Timberwolves fan or anything. So whether they move or not doesn't affect me too much. But that is what people are going to be talking about. And the concern in Minnesota is that it's really cool that they have this big name owner now, but they really don't want him to move the team. Of course, they don't want to move the team. So there you go. Finally, let's see how much time we have. Yeah, we'll touch real fast on Kellen Mond. So Kellen Mond was Texas A&M's quarterback this weekend. The Texas A&M coach Jimbo Fisher came out and spoke super highly of him. And he was like, he does everything that a first round talent would do. He should be going in the first round. So people are starting to talk about that. I don't know how legit that is. I mean, I believe Jimbo Fisher sincerely believes this about him, but I don't know what teams are looking for quarterbacks. Things that have been tossed around are the Saints maybe taking a chance, later in the first round. I can see the Patriots doing something like that if they don't move up and get one of the other quarterbacks that are being talked about. So Kellen Mond is now in the first round discussion. Most people don't have him going in the first round. I haven't seen a draft that has him going in the first round, but people will probably be talking about it because it was a point of conversation this weekend. So that's your news. That's what you need to know that happened this weekend. Thanks for being a busy fan.